All right. Hey, everybody. This is Brian Egland. I am the writer and director of Boxes in the Ground. I'm here with my cast, my lovely, lovely cast, and we're on our Zoom. This is our rehearsal room. So welcome everybody about Wave Hey to the People. Wave Hey to the People. All right. That's my cast, y'all. That's my cast. So I think everyone's introduced themselves. Let's just go around one more time. Let me get this thing so we can see everybody. Speak with you. Let's go around and introduce ourselves again, just in case people forgot who we are. Don't be shy. Josh, go.
Okay. Hello, my name is Josh Hayes. I am a junior at UL, and I'm majoring in theater. My major is acting, and I am 20 years old from Lacombe, Louisiana. And yeah.
All right. Clay.
Hi, my name is Corley. I'm a freshman at UL. I'm a performing arts major, theater major, and I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Awesome. How about Kristina?
Hey, my name is Kristina Hoskins. I'm a senior majoring in theater, minoring in film, and I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Haili.
Hi, I'm Haili. I'm a junior at UL. My major is theater. I'm 20 years old, and I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Awesome. Come on, Lafayette. And then we have Jessica.
Hi, my name is Jessica Johnson. I am 23 years old. I attend the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and I'm from Ville Platte, Louisiana.
And then we have Hubert.
My name is Hubert. I'm 19 years old. I'm a freshman at UL, and I am from Franklin, Louisiana.
I've been forgetting how old y'all are. Y'all so young. Ooh, y'all work my nerve. What year? Who was born? Was anyone born in the 90s? No.
Yes, I was.
Okay. What 90? What part of the 90s you were born in?
96.
96. Good Lord. You missed the whole 90s. You was born in it, but you missed the whole 90s. Okay, that's fine. Y'all supposed to be young. That's why y'all in college. Okay. Let's see. An important question. So we've been rehearsing this show through Zoom, y'all. And I don't know about y'all, but I thought that this was not going to go well. I never rehearsed a show through Zoom before. So I wasn't really sure what to expect or like how, if we could actually form a connection, if we could have fun, if we actually put a show together, if we could have fun. But I think we have. So tell me, how has it been rehearsing through Zoom? Anybody can go.
Interesting, to say the least, because you're used to a stage environment. You're not used to performing from your room necessarily, and trying to get things from your team members through a camera and them being in a different room. So I would say interesting and fun. I would say fun.
Fun. Okay. Anyone want to add on to that?
It's
Oh, you can go, Jessica. You can go.
And it's funny because like my answer is actually about the technical issues of Zoom and how sometimes you may have audio or different things like connection and things that won't work, and that's what's been really interesting about actually filming, as well as not having that energy from people, like real people in the room, going back to what Josh said. But yeah, technical issues is a big one.
Mm-hmm. All right, Haili, go ahead.
I was going to say the technical issues. Not having good Wi-Fi, having bad audio, sounding loud.
And insert examples of Haili going supersonic right now.
That was it.
We got it on camera.
You got one. You got one.
Haili, talk again.
It'll be a montage.
Oh God. No, but like, oh God, I'm sorry. But overall, even though it's been difficult, technical wise, and to not feeling the energy of other people just because you're not in the same room, it's been very different, but like fun too. We have a good time on Zoom and stuff.
We do. I realized that I've never rehearsed a show that I've directed in a traditional theater before. So the previous 2 shows I directed, I rehearsed them in a storage unit. So I think that I was really doubting myself, but I think that I'm in my element not rehearsing in a theater. I wouldn't know what to do if I had all the things that I needed. I think that's why I guess I was able to make this work, and we've been able to make this work as much as we can, because even though there's technical issues, we've had a lot of fun. If I say so myself, we had a lot of fun, and I think we just made the most out of this space.
This is so weird.
Y'all, I'm colder than the fridge and the freezer.
Josh, what is happening to you, Josh?
Am I dead? I'm a spirit? Is that what I am? That's what you look
Where you at?
Dang.
Oh, you look creepy.
Look like an old 504 boy album cover, hot boy album cover.
Oh my
God. This one is Josh. Cash Money Records, sticking over for 99-2000.
W.E. West.
Mm-hmm.
West to Canada. Canadians are coming. It's coming hot, Canadians. The maple syrup ready.
I think there are benefits from using Zoom. And it's because though there's technical issues, there's also technology. We have like the use of YouTube and media to help us get into whatever energy that we couldn't necessarily connect to because we weren't together, or to help me explain a concept that I didn't have the words for, or an idea. And I think that's been really, really helpful. I've never had that before. I'm like, oh, let's go to YouTube and show you this little video from Scandal that I think will help. And then bam, it helps, and we have a breakthrough. I'm like, oh, cool, it works. You ever watch Scandal? Clay, do the words Olivia Pope mean anything to you?
Ooh.
Oh, Clay, we're going to introduce you to Olivia Pope. And I want you to have an Olivia Pope moment.
Ooh, wait. You know what Nkaruka and Clay's moment is?
What?
It's like if Olivia Pope meets Annalise Keating.
Bro, I was just thinking that.
It's that scene.
Don't worry about your wash and press. I'll be sure to put that on my City ass No Limit Platinum card for my own damn hair. Okay.
You can't tell me that's not Nkaruka and Walter.
Yeah. So the same way Olivia had to tell Annalise who she was. That's what Walter is doing whenever he starts listing all the things Bayard was. Good. Let's say going into this experience, right? What doubts did you guys have? And what's been the most surprising thing that's happened, like that shattered those doubts, or just in general, what's been the most surprising thing about this experience?
Surprising on how much I could connect with the character through this, and connect with my castmates and still have that energy that you would on a stage. Like that one we had that we said was like great. It wasn't that I didn't expect it to happen. I didn't know that this was gonna be available to potentially happen based on what we've been like, based on the format we're in. So when I had that connection, I was like, wow, like I felt that, but it wasn't something that I knew was gonna happen coming in. So yeah.
What you say, Clay?
When we first started, I didn't know how like rehearsal was gonna be, like if I was gonna get into the character and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was also scared because when I read the cast list, I was like, I don't know if it's a mistake if I'm on here, but I had a place. I was like, am I supposed to be on here? But we got it figured out. But yeah, rehearsal have been fun, like on Zoom and everything.
So I want to expound upon that. You thought that you were out of place because you're the only white person, Clay?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if he meant to put me on this thing.
Yes, I want to touch in on that. I want to touch in on the evolution of Clay. Dum, dum, dum. Because there's been so many different ways people have blossomed throughout this process, and Clay has definitely been one of the people. So I don't even want to speak. I want to see what you guys say first. How has Clay changed from the beginning to now?
Can I go first?
Yes.
Clay is a beast. All right. I remember meeting Clay. I think it was like movement, and he was just like very quiet. Because with everything going on, we really couldn't like meet the new incoming freshmen, right? It was just kind of like if you have class with them, like say hello or whatever. And I remember like meeting Clay in movement, and he was just very like quiet to himself. He'll hold a conversation with you, but he was just very like quiet and sweet. And then he got casted into this, and then we have already established he already felt like the odd man out because he was like, I'm the only white person. But it was kind of like, okay, Clay, you got this. And it's like, in the beginning, he was very like soft-spoken. Then as time progressed, you could tell he was just like, all right, I'm tired of these people messing with me, so I'm about to just give them all. And as of right now, if you come for Clay, you're going to get it. And that's on period.
Clay, talk to me. What happened?
I was just fed up. Like, I can see whoever I want. Leave me alone.
And that's on period. I love you, Clay.
Love you too, Haili.
All right. I'll say my little piece. So I had the interesting experience of watching you guys' auditions. We talked about that. We talked about that. Insert the conversation that we had. Well, I'm thinking about, did I like your auditions?
Yeah, did you like it? Or you were just
you
just watched?
You asking me my honest opinion of your auditions?
Yeah. What were you thinking when you looked at our auditions? Like, what was going through
Like,
your head?
I want this.
I want to know. I never seen that.
Honestly.
Okay.
Yep.
So when I first watched them, when I first watched the auditions, I was kind of like, what am I going to do? Because at first I was, I'm used to, I didn't know what to watch for, because I'm used to doing self-tapes, right? And you guys' self-tapes weren't right. I had to rewatch the auditions and not necessarily look for talent. Not saying that it wasn't there, but what I wanted to look for, because I had this interesting task of creating a piece for people that I didn't know, that I wouldn't necessarily meet, and within a short time frame, with a parameter of boxes. Like I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So my logic, my brain told me to create it around personalities. And one thing that I love to do is I love to, I guess is that saying of being who you needed when you were younger. So when I create pieces, I like to create pieces for African-American actors, because there's not always a lot of roles for African-American actors to be African-American people or to express African-American stories. But I saw Clay's audition.
Hi, my name is Clay Corley.
And I liked him. There was something about him that I wanted him to win. And I knew that was a personality trait that would be really good for a play. And it made me think of something that my advisor, when I was in the theater program, told me. And he said, always pick for talent and not for looks. And I said, well, I know that is in this context, it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing, but does it? Does it? So I thought really long and hard about it. And I didn't really have a concrete idea of what I wanted to do. But I was compelled to, and I emailed them and I said, I need Clay. I need Clay. So I cast him before I really knew what I wanted to do with him, and I made up a fictional character that wound up being a real person. It was supposed to be, because it was supposed to be. And in the show, he plays someone like he's a challenge to a lot of different beliefs in the show in a way. And he becomes someone that I think the audience will root for. And that is him fulfilling the prophecy that I saw in him. You know, and I saw things in everyone. I saw in Kristina.
Hi, my name is Kristina Hoskins.
I saw strength. And I knew that for the role that she's playing, that I needed someone that could be strong enough to handle that burden that that character has to face. In Haili.
Hi, my name is Haili Michelle Declouet.
I saw this old soul, young heart situation going on. Like this old soul, but this very young heart. And it just so happens that that's literally her character in the play. And she has been able to put her personality in it so beautifully. I can't wait for people to see it. And Jessica.
Hello, my name is Jessica Johnson.
We all have experienced how Josh, you're crazy. Jessica's just crazy. She's crazy.
Because I'm crazy, you know that.
But she's fun. That's what I'm trying to say. She's not crazy. She's just fun. And we had a character in
She's
this.
a fun crazy.
A fun crazy. You know, but she might bust your windows too, kind of crazy as well. But that could be fun too, at least for theater, right? And Jessica, don't act like that's not true. 'Cause I can insert the clip.
Oh my gosh, go ahead.
If y'all are inserting a clip of me, you gotta insert a clip of Jessica.
But
that's on period.
That's on period. But Jessica, I mean, that is what the show. She is her character is kind of the light of the show, kind of the comic relief, kind of and if not the comic relief, just a bit of good energy, and that's what she brings to every rehearsal. Good energy, even when she's not in the best of energy. We all want to be better because of it. So, and Hubert.
Hi, my name is Hubert Thompson.
And it wasn't Hubert's audition. It wasn't his audition. It was his wild card that sparked the idea for me. And in his wild card, I'm watching all these auditions. There's about 30-some auditions, 40-some auditions. And then there's this kid playing what I thought was a flute. And I was like, what's going on? I said, that's interesting. And it sparked the whole idea. And actually, the whole show was kind of, I mean, there was a lot of things that sparked the idea for the show, but that was one of the things. Him playing the flute really kind of helped me piece together what I was trying to create. So that's that. And I think Hubert has this kind of like childlike quality about him. Not childlike, but like this innocence in a sense. So I think his character, he's going to be able to tell a story and express, I think, a story for a lot of people in history. And then we have Josh.
Hello. My name is Josh Hayes.
I'm gonna dig on Josh for a second, but Josh, his audition was set up wrong. that's all. I'm like, what is going on? His audition was set up wrong. It was vertical. It was supposed to be horizontal. I couldn't see him. I saw his whole body. I'm supposed to see just his face. I'm like, what is going on? He was doing a raisin in the sun. I said, okay, so let me watch this. Raisin in the sun. I know Raisin in the Sun. I'm black. I did theater. I know Raisin in the Sun. I know, you know. And because, you know, it was a mistake. Don't ever do that again, Josh. I've taught you at this point that our audition go horizontally, not vertically. I specifically let you come into one of my auditions so that you knew how I set it up. I said, I cannot have this black man with all his talent going to these auditions, send all his audition, and ruin his chances by shooting it vertically. But it was a good mistake to happen for me. because I wasn't going to judge you for that. And what I was able to see was I saw all the energy around you. And if you had done it horizontally, I think I would have saw a lot of things, but I wouldn't have been able to see all your explosive energy. And that really helped me to, I wanted to give you a moment to be able to use that energy. So to be able to squeeze the lemon to kind of rail it in, and then find moments when you just kind of let it go as well. So seeing that cultivated the lead character for me. And that's literally how I crafted the show behind people I didn't really know. I just took elements of your personalities and try to connect it to history. So, yeah.
And it's so good.
Awesome. Speaking of, let's say, the cast list, okay? So what was when you're going into this, what did you think was going to happen? Like, what do you think, like, you saw a cast list, tell the people about what you thought you were getting into with the show, with everything that was going on this semester 2020. What did you think was going to happen?
Not this. I know for me, because I joined last spring, I really didn't get a chance to like do any production. So this is like, even though I'm a junior, this is my first like real production. And I remember like when we were just preparing for everything, I was, okay, how's this gonna work? Because we have to do everything through Zoom, and like, how are we gonna bring these characters to life? And then it was like the cast list came out, and like I knew some of these people. I saw Josh on there, and I was like, all right, I'm not by myself. Like, I know somebody, but I just didn't know like what to expect. And then when we had like that initial meeting, and you were like, oh, this is what I'm thinking about, I was like, oh, so we really doing this? We really like, okay, but like I didn't really know. I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
Okay, you said that you didn't know anyone besides Josh. Josh, how many people did you know in the cast?
I know
Haili.
I know Kristina and Haili.
You knew Kristina and Haili. Hubert, you're a freshman, so you might not have known anyone because it's your first semester, right? Jessica, did you know anybody?
Prior to the cast list or before?
Prior to the cast list, yeah.
I knew people because of class, but we had only been in class for like maybe a couple weeks. I actually didn't know that there was a production going on at all, because I was in film, so I was always looking for actors and actresses to act in my films for the film, the film department, because that's the department I was in. So I didn't know this was a thing until I was like, oh, so yeah.
And Clay, how many people did you know?
I knew Haili and Jessica and Hubert from class, and then Josh, we met at like a dance audition.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was before, but yeah, we met there.
Okay.
I remember that dance audition.
So now, we've literally been rehearsing this is our 4th week of rehearsal, and we only rehearse 3 times a week, which is not a lot, because I'm a rehearsal freak. I'll rehearse more times a week than that, but time constraint stuff. What is you guys' relationship like now?
Go ahead,
Kristina. Go ahead, Kristina. Go ahead.
Okay, like our relationship, I love y'all. Y'all are so fun. I ain't know we was gonna have a lot of things in common, but y'all really funny, and I feel like we connect a lot. Like, we got our own group chat. Y'all hilarious. Like, I feel like, and then especially when we be telling each other stuff, I be like, oh my gosh, y'all trying to have friendship with me, but y'all are amazing. I love y'all.
Oh my gosh, and it's funny because we still haven't gotten ice cream with each other yet. Y'all stalling up in here still. We 4 weeks in, y'all stalling.
They haven't gotten ice cream, but we have watched Jessica eat ice cream literally every other rehearsal.
This is my snack of the day. I always have a snack with me.
I want to circle back to this group chat because I'm not on it. I'm not on it, and I'm fine with that. I'm so. When I found that you guys had a group chat, my heart fluttered. I was like, "Oh my God, they like each other." I don't know. It's just one of the things that I do. Like, I really enjoy creating things. I think some people are playwrights, some people are directors, some people are actors, but I like the idea of creating a whole moment, right? And it is from the rehearsal process, it is how my cast interacts with each other, it is the finished product, it's how everything looks. So part of what I want is the energy, and you guys being able to connect with each other, even through the Zoom, was my intention. And it's found that it happened. It makes you feel so good. It makes me like my energy was in, my intentions were in the right place, and that you guys received it. So it made me feel so good. What should we talking about on this group chat?
What we be talking about?
Oh Lord.
Personal interactions that we have.
Personal interactions.
Good.
Advice.
You have to go into detail. So I just want to say that the group chat is not like rehearsals today. Like, it's a real group chat, like friends, you know. And you guys are in college. And look, when I was in college, I spent a lot, especially in the theater program. I went to the same theater program that you guys went to. I have so many regrets from it. I spent most of my time in rehearsal that I didn't make the best friendships, right? So I wanted to make sure that I facilitated you guys in learning and growing in your craft, but also left space for you guys to develop friendships as well that you can maybe have for the rest of your life. Because this acting is about networking, it's about community, and it's about building. And if, let's say, Josh becomes Jessica, since you're a filmmaker, you're a great filmmaker, you can bring all your friends along with you on that journey, you know. But if you guys, if you're not a person that never has the opportunity to form those friendships and those connections, it can be really difficult, you know. So I'm happy that you guys are having that, and I just suggest that you encourage you guys to keep that going even after the show is wrapped. I'm so proud of you guys. Yeah. What's something? I'm gonna start with Hubert on this one. See if we get ready. Cause you might look one. But what's something, like, when this is all done with, what's one thing that you are going to remember? If it could be a moment, it could be something a little bit more abstract. What's something that you're going to remember? And everyone can answer this question if you want to.
Just us goofing off, interacting with each other, just having a great time.
Yeah. All right. Who else?
It just, I'm gonna, like, I don't know. For some reason, I've done shows before, but this time, I guess, because we're all in this time together, I'm just gonna remember this as a whole, how it made me feel. Like they're talking about the group chat. I feel like doing this and having the group chat with them, I just feel like I'm really close to them now. And like, so that I guess that emotion I'm gonna really just have with me for a while. Because not every show is like this. Not every show do you get to connect with people like this that we do. So like, this moment is gonna sit with me for a while.
And it's,
Joshua.
Oh my God. I going off of what you just said, it's funny because honestly, well, other than whenever we had our first meeting, I had never met Kristina, Josh, who else didn't I meet before? Yeah, Kristina. I had never met y'all before, and so it was nice to actually see y'all like in person, even though after that we only get to see each other through a screen. But it's like, you know, y'all are there, I can see you and I can hear you, so y'all are there, and it's really nice.
Kristina, you got something you wanted to say, Kristina?
I was gonna say, like, you know, like, sometimes, like, it's really different, like, on stage, like, you know, when somebody do their part on stage line and stuff, you can't really, like, give them their credit or recognition right there. I love, like, when we really get into our characters, each and every last one of us get to hype each other up, like, right there after we did it. I love it. Y'all be like, especially Haili, she be like, y'all better act, girl. She be gonna be like, better. She's like, you better act.
Kristina, you better
Wasn't
act,
that it?
Kristina.
Wasn't that it?
Kristina,
Wasn't that where it was at? That was where it was at.
And y'all be giving it to me. I love that.
Yes, we are hype this. Clay, what's something you're gonna remember?
I probably like the friendships I've made here, because I hadn't made like any other friendships like before this show happened, and like I talked to most of y'all in classes, and if I have class with you, I'll probably talk to you and be more friendly and be myself around y'all. Like on Zoom, I'm much more myself than I am anywhere else. So it's very nice to like have that time where I can be myself with these people and like have a good time.
Let me ask you guys this. I'm gonna try to get us into it because we also have to rehearse at some point. So we're gonna try to move this going. I try to do a lot of things, y'all. Why is this show important?
I think this show's important because it's our reality. It's a lot of people's reality. We all know what's going on in our world between last year and this year. And people are having really hard conversations, whether it's parents having it with their kids or us, our friends talking about it or other people talking about it. But this show is important because it's our reality, and it's a story that needs to be told. It's what people need to hear. Sometimes the truth hurts, but you need to hear the truth. And I feel like what we do, the stories that we're telling us individually, show that reality, show the outcome of that reality, and basically tell people that this is our truth. This is what we as a community, as a society, go through.
Beautiful. Why is this so important?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kristina.
I was gonna say, like, I guess it's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like it's important because, like, we don't get to tell these stories like often, especially in our program. I feel like that, like, we don't get to either play these roles or see these roles like come to life. So it's important that people know that this production that we're putting on this piece, nothing has changed within our community, within my community. So I feel like if people see that that we're telling these type of stories, that something is wrong and then something needs to change. So like within society, within everything that's going on, like throughout all these years, and the same thing is reoccurring, the same thing is happening, and nothing's being done about it. So I feel like this to show that, yeah, we may be in another decade, we may be in another generation, we're still going through these hurts and these types of pain. So I feel like people need to know that, and people need to really listen and really like understand that it must be done and it must be shown.
Yes.
Josh, you have something to say? Why is the show important?
When I playing the character I do, or portraying the character I do, when we have the inspirational folder that we look at, every time I look at it, every time I go through the playlist that I do before we get on, I get this feeling, and I get this hurt, but I get this anger, and I get this pain that we have to, like, that these stories are real, and that I have to sit there and watch my character, this real person, go through what he goes through and listen to that. And so it's important because we see these things, and it just, after a year it's over, and then another time it happens, and after a few weeks it's over, and we don't necessarily sit there and feel it the whole time. And so as actors, I feel like we've had a chance to really grapple with this and feel these things for a long period of time, and it makes us want to go out and push for other people to feel the way we do, to make the change. And so it's important to like make these people feel these things, not necessarily just see it, but feel people do, like, in this situation, to where they can actually want to see a change or make a change in the community. So yeah.
So you guys are all students, and this is a learning process as well. So I'm going to ask you a question, and the question is, what do you think, or what have you learned during this process? And it could be something tangible, it could be something abstract, it could be a moment, I'm not sure. But think about it, and what have you learned? Have you learned anything?
I think I've learned something from, like, just from the positivity of all of you. Not to beat yourself up so much about different things, and be patient when it comes to, Zoom, and just not just Zoom, but in general. So to be patient and not to beat myself up so much about, like, let's say we're talking about lines and I was like, but no one was like, oh, they're always encouraging and positive, and just to be patient and to have fun, and to not only have fun, but just be like, have people's back, your castmates and your friends' back.
Awesome. What have you learned?
Not necessarily, like, I guess touching on this, but you have personally taught me things that will planted seeds in me that can grow to sprout my career. That, like, you've taught me things that aren't necessarily taught in the books or taught in the classroom from our professors, that opened my eyes, or like gave me ideas, or just planted seeds that I can take and carry out after this is over to work on my career that I want. So yeah.
That's nice. Thank you, Josh. Okay.
To add on to Josh, I think one thing that I've learned, to piggyback off of him, you've taught us how to be artists and how to tell the stories that we want to tell, and how to, in a sense, market ourselves, and how once we leave college, how we go into this world knowing what we want, what stories we want to tell, who we are, not as a person, but as an artist. And like Josh said, I've learned things that are not taught by a book, that are not taught by a professor, that is taught by someone that's been through it, that's gone through it. And it's like, let me give you the manual, or let me give you a guide to help you, so to where when you get out there, you know what you're doing. So one thing that I've learned personally from you, and just from this experience, is how to be an artist, and how to market myself, and how to, in a sense, know what stories I want to tell and who I want to portray.
Oh, thank you, Haley. Happy that you learned that. Anybody else learn anything?
I'll piggyback off of Haley and Josh, that what I learned from this process, and what I learned from you, Brian, is that you allowed us to use what we know and what we felt connected to, and what we like. Trying to say this, like, I'm trying to say, you allow us to use what we know, and it's not like saying that I don't know things that I was taught by my other professors, but you allowed us to use the things that we know personally and that we feel mostly connected with. So that could go with like anything of like, music or movies or anything. Just you helped us relate to things that we like and use it to get to know our character or build our character more within us. So I feel like that throughout this whole process, like, I was able to like be emotionally connected with my character by knowing the things that I know, not just, by going off what books or anything say. Just I felt like you allowed us to have that connection just because I felt like I had a more connection with you because of my race and like just because of my skin color. So I feel like I didn't really get to get that throughout my years of college, but I felt like it was really a great opportunity and really like life-changing to be able to work with you and learn your vision and not, the other vision that, because like everything is different. So I feel like I learned a lot from that. Of you understood what I was trying to say.
I did. Thank you. I'm happy that you learned something. Clay, you learned anything these past few weeks?
I think so, yeah. So usually like the characters that I play are usually like more like me. They're very like soft and they speak very kindly. And I've learned how to like be more powerful with the way that I act in this show. Learn to like stand up for myself and use more you know. But I mean, I've had a lot of fun like doing this show. I didn't know what to expect in the beginning, but I think I've learned a lot about myself and about like my craft.
Beautiful. And Hubert, what you give us a final word, Hubert? What you learned? Did Jessica
definitely taught me to be creative and be a professional.
Creative. Come on, Ethan. Yes.
Be courageous and a professional. I love it.
Jessica, did I talk to you yet?
I would like to go back to what Josh, Haley, and Josh were saying in the beginning about just art. I've been taking notes. Whenever you talk, I take notes, and I usually, God bless you, I usually take notes about things that you say and things that kind of, help me out and obviously helped a lot of us out about, how to be professional and how to do certain things to market yourself. How to the douche. Sorry. And things like that. So I really appreciate it. And thank you very much. I wanted to say that as well.
That's a lovely. Yes. I think if I can reiterate any lessons, it will be first that acting is about acting, of course, about like playing someone different than yourself, but it's also about understanding who you are so that you can merge whoever you want to be with whoever you are. I feel like if you don't know who you are, you might struggle with creating a character because you don't know the limits and boundaries or the expansiveness of what you can create. You don't know where it starts. So I think the more you know about yourself, the more courage you have to play. Because Clay, you've always had that oomph. It was just during this process you fused into it, so you've always had that. It was just, someone just had to encourage it, to come out. You got to have a reason for it. So a life is about like finding, more pieces of yourself. So I'm happy that you guys are having that. And I just say, I encourage you to do all the things to help you kind of understand yourself even more, so that when you're creating a character, you can just go as deeply into it because you understand who you are and you understand what is similar and different about the two of you. And then that's all part of the mind work. And also about, yes, the marketing. Like even us doing this, even if we're going to use it somehow, but even if we weren't to use this, I think this is an important learning tool because as an artist, you're going to have to understand how to talk about the works that you are doing. You also have to present yourself to an audience. So I'm so happy that you guys also took it upon yourself to look your best today. I'm like so proud because if you go on the news, you got to sell your stuff. People not going to just come. You got to sell it. So I'm so proud that you guys taking those lessons because it wasn't, I don't know if I was like clearly like saying like this is the lesson today. It was more kind of around the way about doing things, but you really kind of all were engaged in the process and understood it and took it in. So kudos to you guys. Oh, I love you guys. So we do this thing next Sunday, like a week from now. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Lit.
Yes.
I'm ready.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right.
This is gonna be lit.
We're gonna see what we're gonna get to you. I think you guys are gonna do fantastic. I'm filming this bad boy. I mean, you guys are filming it too. We're all gonna be filming it together. So we're gonna all be creatively putting our sauce on it. So I'm so excited, and we haven't yet had the opportunity to. So I want to say one thing. We've met only once, and that was we met at the very beginning of and it was a double date. We're only supposed to be doing, I'm multi-dimensional in what I do. I'm also a photographer, and we did some publicity photos. We did headshots, which look incredible. I can't wait forward to see them. Everyone looks so beautiful. But that was our first time meeting, and then we also read the script for the first time together right outside of McLaurin Hall, which is the theater department building on ULL's campus, and we haven't met since then. And though this show does not have a lot of blocking, there is a situation that everyone's going to be in a box, and we've never had the opportunity to rehearse in the box or know what that feels like. And I thought about, and I did request for us to have one in-person rehearsal. I don't know what happened, like email, I don't know. I never heard anything back, but I was conflicted about it. I wanted us to be able to get together one time before this process ended, but I also was like, I want to be able to capture the initial moment you guys are in the box, because it'll be so pure. And since it's on film, I kind of want that reaction. So I'm okay with with it being the first time. I think it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw. Okay.
Is it gonna be raw? You better have some tissues and stuff on site.
Oh, I need to add that to my checklist. I didn't add that.
May you put the checklist in our Google Drive. Also, Google has been very friendly to us during this time, just so y'all know. Like, people watching, it's been awesome. Thanks, Google. Thank you, Microsoft.
So that is our interview. That is Box in the Ground. We don't know when it's going to be available to stream, but when it's available to stream it. Stream it. Okay. All right. Signing out. We love you.